I'll be back soon. Those noodles are better than anything else. We keep the tradition alive. It's gotta be their fighting spirit.
はい、お待たせしました。お熱いので。ピース入れちゃう。
佐野ラーメンっての特徴ってどういうところなんですか？
It's the fact that Sano Ramen uses a light soup, but at the same time it comes with a rich flavor on the inside. We use a soup called chintan. We only use low heat when cooking, but if we don't get that rich taste in there, it'll just end up being plain soup. So that's where we want to have that flavor.
もう含むとどういう風になるんですか、麺？
I slowly apply pressure to the dough to reduce the force of impact. Machines tend to be too rough on the dough, and the air inside is pushed out in one hit. You want to stretch it out slowly. It improves the gluten balance and elasticity, just like gyoza skin. It's made by hand, and the pro rolls them like this. We also make our own film. Making everything by hand is our standard practice. Like the gyoza skin, the noodle dough contains an equally high amount of water. The water to flour ratio is more than 1:1. The water content is quite high. They got a puffy texture, and they're thicker than your standard gyoza. First, we boil them, sort of like boiled gyoza. After that, we get rid of the water and fry them, so they're puffy like boiled gyoza, and crispy like fried ones. But you see, this is actually only 1/4 the size of what I usually squish. So usually there's 4 times as much, which is around this size. Around 70%. But it's the Sano area itself. People like getting ramen and gyoza as kind of a set. The gyoza are big. They're this size, more than 50 grams. So there are many shops offering 3 of these as one serving.
なんか10年商売されてて、いろいろ多分あったと思うんですけど、記憶に残っているちょっと大変だったこととか、辛かったことみたいなのありますか？
In the beginning, I had no staff when I opened the shop. I had to do everything on my own. I had my own way of thinking and didn't want anyone to do the preparations. So it was just me doing everything. The noodles, the soup, cleaning up too. So I ended up being here till after 3 a.m. every day. I went back home at 5, and the cycle would repeat itself. But after 1 month, I ended up getting shingles, and after that meningitis. So I was forced to take a day off now and then. So I got some employees, and they would remember everything one by one. I could trust them, and they'd assist me with lots of things. I can. Because something like that occurred, they memorized lots of different things, which is also just better for everyone. And now, they're even better than me.
神さんが今新都市店店長と思うんですけども、抜擢した理由みたいなのって。
There are still not many female owners and managers in the ramen industry. While that's true, I also watched her effort up close, like how she'd lift a 60-centimeter pot up like this. And seeing things like that, I really wanted to entrust her with our new second shop. It doesn't matter whether somebody's a man or a woman, as long as they put in an effort. That's what makes me happy, even in the ramen industry.
女性が働きやすくなるための工夫みたいなこととかってあるんですか？
そうですね。Of course, in the countryside, there are lots of shops that only offer few holidays. But in this day and age, we of course need to offer holidays and create a suitable environment, which also goes for the shop's atmosphere and the work process itself. So that anyone can work and use everything without issues. We're making it so everyone can take care of preparations easily. Introducing machines into the working process also made it easier for women and part-timers to actively participate. That's what's important to me. While I'm the one keeping our traditions alive, we also need to rapidly evolve. You'll get good after years of practice. If there's some trick, I'd love to know about it. For this size, around 20 minutes. But if it's 4 times as big, the usual amount, 15 kilos of noodles. It gets tough. From 45 to 50 minutes, with 3 or 4 people, taking turns, squishing it. Now it's already time to start cutting.
すごいですね。もうこんなにもう伸びて。すごい。って感じですね。すごい。当たり前かもしれないですけど、めちゃくちゃ上手ですね。いや。なんか麺を作るときに気をつけてるポイントみたいなのがあるんですか？
Depending on whether it's summer or winter, temperature and humidity change. Summers are humid, which makes the dough get soggy. If you don't adapt your speed, and in winter the dough is harder because it's dried out. But in either case, it's important that you work fast, in whatever way possible.
$4
to 5 kilos, so around 50 servings. This is all for now. We don't divide this bunch into servings.
そうなんですね。
トマトがあと1人前ぐらいしかないんだ。
鍋だったら見てくれる？
はい。
鍋。
はい。またお願いします。
餃子の熱頼んで。
はい。はい、ラツです。
ました。お願いさせていただきます。ラーメンにトッピングに卵のお客様。
何年ぐらいでマスターしたんですか
？I did this for 2 or 3 years during nighttime at my previous workplace. Then I underwent training. So I've been doing this for a total of 5.5 years. How you beat the dough also plays a role, but depending on the year, the dough and the quality of the wheat changes. In terms of protein levels, for example. The results vary each year, so you gotta adapt your way of making noodles. It's never the same, so you gotta pay attention to that in the beginning. And start from there. Touching it each day, eating it daily, makes you notice the hardness. The kneading room and the room where we store the flour are set to the same temperature and humidity level. But even then, you open the next bag and something's different. It's a common occurrence. One day you open one bag, use it up, and open the next one, and there's a difference. Depending on that year, there's a certain tendency. So yeah, that happens all the time.
2で1です。1です。はいよはい、はい、招待です。お願いします。はい。
It'll be 5 years in total. I've always loved Sano Ramen, so I wanted to have it at a ramen shop. Yeah, it's served for the staff, so I'm able to eat it. He said he wanted me to do it, so I'll do my best. I mean, I'm doing my best. I've really been enjoying this job for quite a long time. I've always thought that having an environment where you can enjoy working together and perform work easily would be nice. Enjoying work every day is the best, right? I've been saying that for a long time, and eventually told the boss. So maybe that had an effect on my job. Every day is fun.
お話だっけ？
お話で。
はーい。
はい、お願いします。
はーい。
はい、いただきます。あとが1お話です。
はい、1の話でーす。
1の話です。
ごめん、綿箱1箱持ってきてもらっていい？ごめんね、ありがとう。
はい、ワンダイ白鯛です。
はーい。
餃子さんラー2ワン1セショダイ1生2です。はい、麺 OK です。
ありがとうございます。
じゃあ左手から切っといて。
It makes me really happy when guests who weren't familiar with Sano Ramen tell us that, for example, it was their first time and they didn't know how tasty Sano Ramen actually was. It also spreads the awareness of Sano Ramen and how tasty we make it here. I'm so happy about that. And also, guests just saying thank you or it tasted great makes me so happy. One of their characteristics is the big size and the plenty filling that's inside.
が多いというか。
お忙しいお店だと思うんですけれども、今後なんかこういうお店にしていきたいとか何か考えてらっしゃることありますか？
Well, even though we're busy, we want to treat the guests well and run a shop
一人一人のお客様に
where we can attend to each guest one at a time.
これで向こうのお店に持ってかれるんですか？
Yep, Gyoza and noodles from the main shop.
毎回持ってくんですか？
Yeah, every morning. It's all fresh. I better get going now. I'll be back soon. See you later.
気をつけて行ってきてください。
Yeah, thank you. See you later.
今日の味は問題ないですか？
Tasty as always. Right on the mark.
はい、お伺いします。少々お待ちください。すいません。安全会議。はい。少々お待ちください。はい、やつです。はい、お先やつ、お後ラーメンマ麺。
お願いします。
はい、お待たせしました。はい、ワンタン麺です。すみません、ワンタン麺です。はい、お熱いのでお気をつけてください。ワンタン麺です。
お店は何回目なんですか？
It's my first time being at the second shop, but I've been to the main shop countless times. It must have been around 7 years ago.
理由ってどういうところなんですか？
It's tasty. I also like how Sano Ramen has this clear kind of soup. It's not greasy, so I guess they got lots of fans who like that. Lots of things, actually. Their use of ingredients is very refined as well, but the noodles are tastier than anything else.
アミさん、今日の忙しさはどんなもんですか？
Well, wait till lunchtime comes around. I think more people will come by. It'd be nice if we could pack.
いらっしゃい
お願いします。
はい、12でワンにでーす。
あとラーメンマンなんですけど。
おいっす。お願いします。
お願いします。
はい。はい、シガー3で全部で。
はい、食べても
3で全部で。じゃあ、ワトラー3で1個で。
はい、3で1個ワンで。
はい、3で1個で。はい、ありがとうございます。またお願いします。はい、ありがとうございます。お願いします。
お願いします。ワンさんです。
はい、生姜と摂取用剤です。いや、1枚入った？いや。
2つです。
おーい。ああ、すみません。はい。はい、待って。
ごめん、出し切ってもらっていい？いらっしゃいませ、
後で失礼します。ラーメンお2つですね。ました。ごゆっくりどうぞ。
はい、ありがとうございます。
失礼します。餃子2枚ですね。私。どうぞお揃いでよろしく。
ラーツ茶丼盛り付けます。
はい、お願いします。なるほど。
ものすごい忙しいと思うんですけど、今日の忙しさってどんな感じですか？
The weekends are usually like this.
そうです。にはなります。
開業されて今年で10年って
10年、はい、そうですね。
最初からこんなにお忙しい。
いや、もう
In the beginning, we had 2 groups of guests because we were open at night.
もちろん
Of course, we wouldn't get them lining up like this right after we opened. So there were days without line forming at all, and that continued for a long time.
お客様が来始める。
そうですね。
After around half a year, they steadily increased.
ぐらいから少しずつですね。
We started getting more guests.
ですね。
We even received a prize on Tabelog in our first year of business. From there on, people from outside the prefecture also started recognizing us, and the overall number of guests increased.
4はなしで。
あー、4ではなしで
はい、4ではなしです。
ました。ポンとしていただきます。ラーメンにトッピングに卵のお客様。はい。お熱くなっております。お熱くなっております。
Get that piece on camera.
そのラーメンってお店は他にもたくさんあると思うんですけれども、なぜお客様にこのお店選ばれていると思いますか？
そうですね。
To be honest, there's delicious ramen everywhere. So in order to distinguish ourselves, we need to make our guests happy when they come here.
そういったこう
By establishing the right atmosphere. We want to make them happy here and have them leave with a smile. We can't distinguish ourselves with the ramen alone. So we also gotta focus on other aspects. And of course, the ramen too. Even if we give it our all, making the shop stand out is difficult. So we also want to make an effort when it comes to those things.
お店を作るために教育の部分ですとか、意識してやっていらっしゃることとか。
Yeah, we've been focused on that ever since we opened. It's also been our top priority back when we became known to the public. As a ramen shop, we want to be perceived as one, including the liveliness and the spirit. Greeting people firmly when they enter is a part of that. I ask my staff to greet people with a strong "irashaimase." As we're in the countryside, we also don't have a vending machine. When serving the ramen, we also want to make sure that we're considerate, attentive, and maybe exchange 1 or 2 kind words with the guests. It's our first time. Today I ordered some regular ramen and braised pork rice bowl. I got ramen. There was a whole lot of pork in the rice bowl. It was so delicious. The ramen was light and tasty.
繁盛の一番の理由ってどういうところだと思われますか？
It's gotta be their spirit, and the great taste too, of course.
味もそうだと思うんですけど、やっぱり
But a shop with this kind of spirit just seems really welcoming. We'll come again. I think more and more people will come here on repeat visits. I'm sure you'll be able to make even more delicious ramen for everyone in the future. The staff were also really cheerful, so keep it up and keep it going. That's my impression. It was really delicious, so we'll definitely come again. See you again soon.
はい、どうもありがとうございます。どうもありがとうございます。どうもありがとうございます。はい。ニンニク切り込みで。
なんか彼女にこう期待することとかどうなってほしいみたいな。
あ、そうですね。はい。やっぱりどうしても
Ramen shops are generally regarded as male-dominated, or rather men giving it their all to run these shops. But women can also play an active role. And of course, I think we'll send that message with her becoming a manager. This business is for everyone, also for the women wishing to be part of it, either as staff or regular employees. This whole business is accessible. We want to get the message out that this is a place where women can play an active role.
はい、いらっしゃいませ。どうぞだ。11と2で。
1と2でワンが2。
はい、11と。はい、ガツを待ってます。が21ワンなしです。はい、餃子3枚出ます。はい。戻ってお疲れです。はい、これ塩だけ。
お店は今日何回目なんですか？
It's my third time.
3回目ぐらい。
Second time for me.
今日は何を召し上がったんですか？
I had braised pork ramen, and he had ramen.
お味の特徴とか味の感想何かありますか？
I can only say it's delicious.
に限る。
And the lightness of it makes it easy to eat. It's rather light, but even then, there's a proper taste. It was delicious.
はい。
ーセージです。
はーい。
トッピング生姜卵です。同じく生姜です。はい。
お願いします。餃子2。
ワンセッション代です。
ワンツーラーツーもつ2です。
はい。餃子全部で6枚、7枚とますか。
ワンセッション代です。
はい、7枚です。右側です。
セッション代です。
はい、お願いします。はい。
ワートがチャーダイです。
はい、チャーダイです。何名様お待ちです。
はい、餃子2枚入れます。はい。
すごい忙しいですね、やっぱり今日。
It's Saturday, and I'm glad to say that we're full. Thankfully, the weather's good too. I'm happy about all the people
な
coming.
んか注文がこう一気に入ってくると思うんですけど、作るコツみたいなのってあるんですか？
When we prepare food, the people making the food and the hall staff need to call out to each other. That makes communication easy, and we'll be able to serve people right after they come in. I think that's what's most important. We make sure to call out even if it's just trivial. We make sure to call out even when it's just trivial things.
はいよー。
あとはラーワンです。
はいよ。はい、ラーです。ラーです。はい、ラーです。
お先がワンラーダイです。
はーい。はい、ワンです。
お先ワンラーダイワトラーワンです。ワンラーダイです。
はい、ワンとラーダイです。はい。ラードワンです。はい、ラーです。はい。ワンです。はいよ。いいよ。では、トラシです。
はい、おとなし
トラ
で
シです。
お願いします。ラーワンです。
はーい。はい、お願いします。
聖ならです。
はーい。はい、大丈夫です。はい、ワンダイです。
反対です。ラーメンまで。いらっしゃいませ。大丈夫ですか。ここは2です。
はい、お先ワンラー大。
お後お願いします。はい、お後ラー大お後がラーワンです。はい。
右側ね。
はい。
はいよー。はい、ラーでーす。
いい。お先ワンラー大お後ラーワンです。
はい。
ワンラー大です。
はい、ワンとラー大でーす。
ラーとワンです。
はい、ワンでーす。はいよ。お願いします。はい。はい、すみません。はい、すみません。
は
3人分ぐらいかな。はい、お願いします。
もっといいよ、ゆう。もっと。もっと。
お願いします。右のせいです。
Let me just give you a quick update. My Gyoza shop Gyopao is open daily and expecting you with open arms. We're located in Roppongi, which is right in the center of Tokyo. Come over and taste our springy and juicy gyoza. We've been ranked #1 on TripAdvisor for 3 years in a row. Make sure to stop by if you're in Japan. We are waiting for you.
ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
後で何入ってるか教えてください。いいですか、いただいて。
どう食べてます。ちょっと気をつけてください。
美味しそう。もちもち。すごい。肉汁がすごい。
そうです。
美味しい。めちゃくちゃうまい。めちゃくちゃうまい。いただきます。
あんまり水餃子ってこの辺の方は食べないですか？
Personally, Sano Ramen is something that I really love.
焼き餃子と水餃子兼用にしてたりするので。
そうなんですね。
そう、水餃子だけっていうのは作ってないから。これ美味しいっすね。
じゃあまあ水餃子が一番のメインで、まあ、それ用の皮で結構しっかりと、茹でても、
もちっとしてて、
いかがでしたか、お味は？
いや、もう皮がもちもちで、すごいスープ、中のスープも美味しくて、めっちゃ美味しかったです。ごちそうさまでした。
まあ展望といいますか、
はい、
田辺さんご自身の将来とか、どういうことを考えてらっしゃいますか？
そうですね、やっぱり
Personally, Sano Ramen is something that I really like. I've had it in different areas. There are many rural spots that have great ramen, and it's not just Tokyo. So as one of these rural spots ourselves, we really want to do the best we can. I'd like it if all of Japan knew about and tried Sano Ramen. That's how I feel. But it's all one step at a time. We want to do our best to spread the message all across Japan. Shop number 3 will also be located in Sano City. We're planning to open it in summer. We want to make it accessible for people coming on their own or for groups of 2 people. We're planning to have a capacity of 40 seats. It'll be great for families and people on their own and in groups of 2. Setting up a small Gyoza factory is also part of the plan. We're aiming for a nationwide distribution of our Gyoza. That's also being considered. We'll get a huge machine, and yes, while making them by hand is important, being understaffed is something we need to take into account. But we'll maintain the quality and taste. We're in the middle of developments now, and we have been for 2 years already. It is. We'll make use of government subsidies. Machines are also quite expensive. It'll be tough, but we want to tackle the challenge. We'll need pros from here on out, but being understaffed will be an issue. It's become a common issue for ramen shops in the countryside. So that'd also be a way to help these shops. But either way, I think we'll make it so we'll set up a machine before other shops do. Future goals? Well, when it comes to ramen shops, it tends to be men that play an active role in the business. But there are more men. When it comes to ramen shops, it tends to be men that play an active role in the business. And there are more men that have the motivation to open up ramen shops. But women have also started showing interest and wanting to actively participate in the kitchen or work in the hall. If there were more women taking on important roles, like working the kitchen furiously and making noodles, that'd really make me happy. There's a lot of physical labor involved, so it's pretty tough on people who are not that strong. It'd be nice if we could find a way to promote this job as one that doesn't require all that much strength. If we could do that, then this job would also be more accessible to women. Yeah, I play golf. I used to be part of the golf club as a student. Well, actually, I'm really not that good. I love it. I still play golf. Living in this area, I play golf with older guys. Best score is 67. いやでも全然ですよ。今はもう全然あれですけど。